Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel and thanks for logging on. If you enjoy these videos, do me a favor and subscribe to our YouTube channel right here at Watchbox Reviews. I promise to update daily, and I would really appreciate the gesture. If you love this watch, you can see it and purchase it on our website, thewatchbox.com. And today we are discussing the Laurent Ferrier Galet Square, the Galet micro-rotor in stainless steel with square case. This is a watch that puts it all together, allowing you to pay for the artistry and the watchmaking without a precious metal price tag. Stainless steel and 41 millimeters across the wrist. It's an easy watch to wear on my 16 centimeter circumference wrist. The timepiece is relatively slim considering what lies within, 11.4 millimeters thick and reasonably constrained across the wrist at 47.3 millimeters lug to lug. The lug spacing is 20 millimeters, so if you wish to accessorize, that is the size you would buy, and you will have a bevy of options in that size range, as that is a very popular lug spacing. But the factory strap is worth keeping. It's a large rectangular scale, medium brown, folded edge, monotone stitch piece with a wonderful suede calfskin on the underside that is simply delightful against the skin. A Laurent Ferrier custom pin buckle that nicely echoes the arc of the lugs, and you'll appreciate the fact that it's double finished, satin finished and branded on the underside, polished on the top, and the flanking pylons of the buckle are actually set below the bridge of the buckle, with the result that when you put this on the wrist, the strap sits between the stanchions rather than having the whole thing stack up high on the wrist. So the attention to detail, even in small components, ordinarily throwaway components, default designs with other brands. With Laurent Ferrier, they're excruciatingly considered and brilliantly rendered. And that's true of the case too, which features a number of hard character lines to give it definition. You'll note the step between the case and the bezel, as well as the circumferential creases that define the edges of the Galet Square case. Some folks say they see a little bit of Panerai Raudimir 1940 in this case, and I don't dispute that. Note that the crown is slightly recessed and countersunk to add elegance to the striated onion fashion of this traditional Geneva crown structure, and the case features a step between the case band and the bezel, so it's a little bit more elegant than it would be if it were a solid, unbroken mass of metal. It also helps this watch to slide easily under a cuff, and if you look how far set back the case back is, you realize how this watch can look much thinner than it is when it's on the wrist for greater elegance. The dial is what Laurent Ferrier describes as autumn, and I can think of no better moniker. It is an autumn metallic dial with a vertical satin striation, a countersunk sub-seconds with a guilloche pattern within, and all applique white gold hour indices in a delta or dart style with assegai or spear-formed white gold hands at center. It's simple, it's minimal, it's gorgeous, it gets the job done, and it excels, proving that sometimes less really is more. This is breathtaking. This is more so. Now we get into the business end of any Laurent Ferrier. The caliber, jointly developed with La Fabrique du Temps, between Laurent Ferrier and Barbacini and Navas, the principals of Fabrique du Temps, you can see FBN, their initials, 22901, adjusted in 6 positions rather than the customary chronometer 5. It's a 35 joule automatic winding 3-day power reserve caliber that is exclusive to Laurent Ferrier. A number of features stand out. 1. The rotor, guilloche cut with a 22 karat mass. It features a pawl-based system and a jeweled staff, the two combining for silent operation. This is a truly silent, refined winding system, energizing the 3-day power reserve, the power flowing seamlessly to a balance beating away at 21,600 vibrations per hour, and it features both a free-sprung architecture so it can take and hold a precise regulation, and an overcoil hairspring so that it can keep excellent time in all 6 of those positions to which the watch has been tested. That's what an overcoil does. It allows the watch to resist the effect of gravity on timing. It will neither speed up nor slow down in different positions. But it's the double direct impulse escapement system that's the real headliner, using twin nickel phosphorus Leica etched escape wheels and a silicon blocker that locks and unlocks each impulse wheel in turn. Rather than a Swiss lever, you have the 2 wheels that directly impulse the balance, the result being less parasitic losses, which improves chronometric precision and helps extend this single mainspring barrel to 3 days of power reserve. You'll also appreciate the attention to detail, mirrored, optically smooth anglage on the edge of every bridge, as well as in every jewel and screw countersink. You'll appreciate the fact that all screw heads are black polished with chamfered slots, black polish visible also on the engagement mechanism for the crown wheel, on the half bridge for the balance, and the bridge for the rotor, black polish being the highest standard of finish to which an artisan can execute a watch component. But the other talent of Laurent Ferrier Finisseur is the fact that there are 5 interior angles, 1 at center over the center wheel, and then 4 inside the skeletonized half bridge. That is the single most difficult finishing challenge you can hand to an artist who works with watch movement components. That sharp cleft is something even many Geneva seal movements will avoid entirely because it is so difficult to execute. Appreciate the other attention to details too, including the golden chaton for the jeweled staff of the winding mass and the micro-perlage underneath the balance with a macro-perlage underneath the rotor. 2 different types of perlage and real abrasive wheel Côte de Genève. You can tell that, let me get everything back into focus here, you can tell that it's abrasive wheel, not stamped Côte de Genève, because when you look at them from the right angle, one side of the crest is light and one side of the crest is dark. A stamped Côte de Genève would be uniform. See the watch and live the dream on the Watchbox.